Top of the morning folks, today from the Reddit Rainforest. What is the most humiliating thing your parents found you doing? My dad walked in on me squatting over the business end of a hairdryer. Had not long got out the shower and wanted to blast my gooch with worms. So there I was, naked, with my back to my bedroom door, hovering over the hairdryer. I did not hear dad walk in due to the hairdryer. He just yelled busted and walked out. When I was about 9 or 10, I had just bought some Nickelodeon gag and was quite excited about it. I played and played and played. As a rather unusual child, the remarkably brilliant idea came to put the gag on my penis. It was gooey and satisfying. My mother walked in to see me laying on my bed with the gag container empty and an incriminating look on my face. She asked, "The gag is in your pants?" I said not it. I shamefully nodded my head. She slowly closed the door and never spoke of it again. When I was about 5 or 6 I was at a friend's house for the weekend, and for some reason I got naked and jumped up and down on his parents' bed. My friend takes this camera which he says has no film in it and takes loads of pictures with the flash pretending it's some weird kind of photo shoot. Seriously, or could we? Anyway, as it turns out the camera did have film in it and they did not realize until the dad took it to get developed and got asked some very serious questions by the cops. Yeah, did not go to that friend's house anymore after that. This was when I was around 8 years old. I went to bed and it always had the habit of going to the toilet in my sleep. Half sleepwalking to the toilet, taking a malarkey/piss, and moving back to bed with the very vaguest knowledge of what happened the next morning. One night, I did so as usual. I got up, went to the toilet, sat down and started my business. For some reason, my mother came in after me and started shaking me. I had no idea why, so I just kept going. I had to malarkey. Yeah, no. She then started pushing me towards a seat and was encouraging me to malarkey on the seat. Confused and half asleep, I did so. What the duck? It's her problem getting fesses off the chair. Turns out I never originally made it to the toilet. Instead I took a malarkey in the middle of the carpeted hallway. She was actually trying to guide me to the toilet. Not the most dignified moment of my life. One night when I was about 7 years old, my dad, brothers and sisters and I were sitting on the floor laughing and joking and having a good time. My dad, the dad troll he is, seizes this light-hearted family moment to talk about something serious. He told us how spectacular it is that if you talk into someone's butthole and the person's butthole is getting spoken into mouths the words, it's as if they were the ones talking. My sisters were hooting and hollering. Obviously they knew it was a joke. Meanwhile my brother and I looked straight at each other in pure amazement and ran up to our room. A few minutes later, my dad came up to say goodnight. He thought we were going to bed. Instead, he walked in on me talking into my brother's bare asshole like a scene from Clutch Cargo and my brother soundlessly mouthing words with enthusiasm. Oh god. My dad hit the floor in complete hysterics. Absolutely insane, uncontrollable orgasmic laughter. He was literally laughing to the point of pain for minutes. Then the rest of my family runs up the stairs to see what the commotion is about. Then they realized we tried that obvious bull malarkey. So then my brother and I just sat there watching our family fall over themselves, pointing and laughing at us. That's about it. I'm 20 now and still haven't not lived that one down. It's my dad's favorite story to tell at parties. When I was 41, I went to visit my parents and had to take a malarkey. For some reason, when I sat on the familiar family throne, I had the urge to jack it like a teenager. I heard a sound above and just briefly caught a glimpse of my 70+ dad's face disappearing from the skylight he was resealing. I was watching Police Academy when I was about 8. There is a scene at a beach party where there are a few naked breasts on show. My mum walks in to catch me licking the TV screen where the bare breasts were. I licked the tits of a Barbie as a little girl. I was not caught, but I felt so bad and anxious at the time that I still remember it. I used to get hard from naked Barbies. They thought I was going to be gay since I played with them so much. My boyfriend told me the most hilarious story the other day. When he was a teenager he was hypersexual, like many teenage boys and girls, I suppose. Anyway, he used to get pleasure from unusual tactile sensations, like lying naked in grass and things. One day he was in his family games room, and he decided to explore some of the sensory offerings in there. He took a cushion from the couch and put his dick in it. Clearly this felt nice, because he mounted the cushion against the side of the pool table and started to have his way with it. All of a sudden his mother comes in the door, which is on the opposite side of the pool table. She asks what Hez doing in there. He tells her nothing, and so she starts to have a deep and meaningful with him about how Hez feeling about life and whether or not Hez unhappy. The whole time he has to stay there pressed up against the pool table with his cock in the pillow until she finishes the conversation and leaves the room. She knew. Yeah, she was just torturing him. Countless times. Jacking it. Parents just got to the point they stopped opening doors. Period. However, my brother was caught jerking it on the family computer in the living room to prego filth at like 3:30 in the afternoon. I fortunately haven't not had anything horribly humiliating happen to me, but I do have a lovely story about my sister that embarrasses the heck out of her whenever it's told. When she was about 6 years old, she had a gigantic crush on Aaron Carter. She named this body pillow we had in the house after him and said it was her boyfriend. One day she heard me and a friend talking about smash. How did I know what that was at 9 years old? And asked what it was. We told her it's when you lay down on the person you love and hump them. Though I probably did not use the word hump. One day my mom and I walked into her room where she's furiously humping Aaron Carter. Mom gets this gigantic look of shock on her face and asks what she's doing, and my sister replies having smash with my boyfriend. My poor sister. I will never let her forget that one. Suddenly I remember being dared to hump a television and walk around my parents' party making broad wanking gestures before I was old enough to know what it meant. Lordy, the malarkey parents must witness that you do not remember doing. When I was young, me and my female friends used to play doctor, which looking back involved some pretty disturbing things for 5-year-old girls to be doing. Once we were having a sleepover and my mum walked into me stark naked with 3 fully clothed other girls around me inserting small paintbrushes into my vagina. Still to this day I have no idea what she thought. I do not know why, but I asked my mum why does my willy get hard when I see a pretty girl. A kid I babysat proceeded to pull his pants off and proudly proclaim, "Look Brock and Phoenix. When I touch it, it gets hard. Why does it do that?" He was 4-ish, probably still 3 about to turn 4. I do not remember. I just told him he should not do that and to ask his mommy or daddy when they got back. I gave them a heads up. They gave me an extra $10. Jerking off into a empty 2-liter bottle in the kitchen. 14 years old and had a $50 bet that I could fill it in a year. Masturbating to Princess Jasmine from Aladdin. There, I said it. Well, she never did find out. But one time I was furiously masturbating at around the age of 14. You know, the days where you'd rub it out for an hour, teetering on the edge. Anyway, I decided that this was the home run and did finally finish the session. Right as I get that blissful, warm clarity just before orgasm, in walks mum with the laundry, chatting away about some irrelevant ducking story. Pants are down. The speakers are quietly on. Filth in full screen. Needless to say, that 1 second I had to react seemed to last forever. What do I do first? Speakers off, screen off, pants up, tissues to catch the load. I scooted my chair under the table, solving the pants down issue for the moment, and I quickly tapped it out to a YouTube video I had prepared for post-bat entertainment and hit play, effectively drowning out the filth. Happy ending, you say? No. For the next 15 seconds I had the most intense, throbbing orgasm, shooting load after load all over myself, all the while trying to hold a conversation and fake interest in another one of my mum's work stories. I'd love to say she bust killed my orgasm, but it was still awesome, and that might be the most disturbing part. I had a deep, mind-blowing orgasm to my mum's voice. Not me, but 2 of my friends who were brothers were caught blowing air from a bicycle pump into their ass. Then one of them farted for about 40 seconds straight, then proceeded to malarkey all over the carpet. It was not one of his most dignified moments. When I was about 12, my brothers and I used to borrow my parents' camcorder to make terrible home films. One night, after using the camera for day and dicking around with my siblings, for some reason I had an overwhelming urge to record myself fapping, or attempting to, as the case may be. Lo and behold, a couple of days later mother decides to show a family friend some videos she took of her darlings playing in school concerts and the like, plugging in the camcorder to the VHS. Or whatever. I was too young to work it out, and it's all using computers nowadays. Duck you. She fast forwards through our crap films and tries to get to the concert footage. After about a minute and a half of me standing up on stage, squeaking away on my little violin, the footage cut to black, only to be replaced with me violently whacking it. Camera placed on the foot of my bed, making eye contact with the camera the entire time. No facial expressions whatsoever. I never received a lecture about use of the camera. or replacing the tape inside it. My parents have never mentioned it to me or anyone else. All I knew then was that one day we were allowed to use the camera, and the next, we were not. Now when I look back at it, I shudder. If you are reading this, you made it until the end of the video. Click the thumbs up button since you made it until the end. Bam. On screen there should be some more videos similar to this. So either go do something else, or watch more videos. That's about it. There is no more here. What are you waiting for, a secret message or something? Okay. This is not a secret, but subscribe for more videos like this.